This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/awesomecast.
I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said now. I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said. Nightmares, I don't care, I love it.
There I am. It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we are ready to talk all the geeky things. I got with me my geeky crew. First of all, from representing Big Bank International Esquire, here's our resident gadget guru on the staff here today, the Chilla, joining us. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Just talking about the jabs.
The jabs, yes. We're talking about the vaccines and the jabs, and I got mine earlier today. So if I I don't know. The first one's okay, right? The first one is fine, typically, so we'll find out. So, we're getting it right before I'm supposed to do everything, which means a month from now, this could get really interesting. So anyways, no, you're doing good, sir. Coming in loud and clear over there. I don't know what we did to your video last week, but like we see more of the studio or more of Chilla Central over there, and and more your boundaries.
It's when I check the box.
You check the box, and it actually uses the entire width of your camera, apparently. So, love it. Also back with us is our social media guru, the Dudas. Katie Dudas is with us. How you doing?
Good. I've been jabbed twice.
You've been jabbed twice? She's been double jabbed, if you will. So,
jabbed.
Jeez. Wow. But yes. So a partially vaccinated AwesomeCast presented for you here. So that means we're closer to being together again and
Yes.
having our Tuesday night pizza parties, right? So
And talking in studio, and we'll all look good together.
there you go. Everybody's using all the Ks in here, and not have to worry about bandwidth and such. No, I miss people. I miss people a lot. If you haven't been able to tell by some of the stuff I've been doing, we have the RPG groups coming in this weekend. The wrestlers that do Dungeons and Dragons. And it's been a couple months. I was like, guys, just come in the studio. Just like half of you have a vaccine. I'd like just it's fine. Well, just it's cool. We'll space out, whatever. But that's Top Rope Tabletop this weekend on IndieWrestling.us if you want to check that out. A little bit of crossover there. But it is the geeky show, AwesomeCast. You can check out everything at AwesomeCast.com. You can hit us up, AwesomeCast at SorgatronMedia.com for any comments or advertising opportunities with the show. Tweet us at AwesomeCast. Check out the AwesomeCast Facebook page and group. A lot of the stories we've put in there throughout the week that often get in the show, and things that you often get in the show as well. And of course, please subscribe to us on your podcatcher, wherever that is, on Apple, on the Googles, on the Stitcher, Spreakers, and the Spotifys and the iHeartRadios. And please, of course, rate and review us wherever you may find that, whatever that mechanism may be. And you can find video versions on the YouTube and Facebook page for the AwesomeCast. And we are here live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on the YouTube, the Facebook, and on the Sorgatron Media Twitch, actually. So whatever is more convenient for you to watch the show, please partake in there. We try to keep an eye on all the chat rooms as much as we can between those, but it's just us here. We do like you being part of the show. But anyways, I might be in trouble in 12 hours, he says, after the second. Oh, because the first shot is my second interaction with the virus. But it's not the virus in there, right? Like it says explicitly, you are not getting a COVID virus with this shot. It's not like the flu where it's just like a weakened part of it, right? So anyways, that little tidbit in the middle of our intro. But like I said, you can interrupt the show in my mind flow as well on those chat rooms. Thank you to our friends at the 405media.com and postindustrial.com helping share the AwesomeCast. And thank you, of course, to our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/AwesomeCast. It's been awesome to see you guys growing here over the last year and supporting the show. So thank you to our friends at the Coffee Club level, Matt Weller, John DeGore, John Carmen, Cynthia Klosky over there at Shift Collaborative, and Scott McTaggart. Check out his great Pitchworks podcast. And also our friends at the Fan of the Show level, Michael Fedor, pghmuseums.org, the Professor Buzzkill podcast, and our buddy Dave Podner, who confused me a moment ago, and his from his iPhoneography podcast. So, and you guys can support the show too. We do appreciate it over at patreon.com/AwesomeCast, so you can get a shout out on the show as well. So where do we get started? It looks like we have a lot of TV geekery for the most part in our awesome things of the week. But let's get the Animal Crossing up first. This is an update, actually, right?
Well, yeah, this is something that's coming Friday. Sanrio is coming Friday to Animal Crossing if you buy the Amiibo cards. This is not like the Mario update where you can just update the game and have these options. You have to get the Amiibo cards available at Target this Friday to get some fun Sanrio stuff, including Hello Kitty stuff.
Hey. So this is, it looks like they don't do the statues anymore. They're just cards that you get, which is not a first for Nintendo. They used to do the same thing where they had like small Nintendo games that you would get a card and have a card scanner on your Game Boy or something like that, right? Or DS maybe. I can't remember. So you gotta leave. The thing that helped us 1 year ago, stay in our house. Now we got to leave the house in order to continue doing it, right?
I'm not sure how they're talking about how there's a limited availability on these, and I'm not quite sure. I keep checking Target, and you can't pre-order them, like because some other Amiibo things they've done recently have been pre-orders, but I haven't seen a pre-order pop up for this yet. So Friday, I will probably be going at Target as soon as they open to see if I can get a hold of these cards. Obviously.
Oh no, she's gonna be in the Hello Kitty line.
Yeah, I'll be the only one there.
I'm ready.
Are they like collectible cards? Is there like how many are there?
There are 6 because there's 6 different characters, Sanrio characters, and you have to use each card to get the character's furniture, and possibly there's a neighbor that you can get to move in specifically for that character, but you don't, like, the characters themselves don't come to your island, but you get the furniture, which is super cool.
Okay.
What I'm really looking forward to.
So each of these, like the cars I'm looking at, there's like your little character, and they got their little moving van, and you see all the stuff in the moving van that you get, right? So what?
Roppy, My Melody, Cinnamon Roll, Little Twins, Pom Pom Purin, and Hello Kitty stuff.
Yes. So how much are these cards running?
I'm not sure. I thought at some point I had seen an article with the cost, and I couldn't find it when I went for it again. It sounded like maybe $5-6 each, but I could totally be making that up because, like I said, I found it before, and then I haven't been able to find it again. So I'm wondering if they're not for sure what it's going to be.
When it looks like there's a serial number on them, so I'm guessing you're not going to be able to use them more than once.
No.
That's what I'm afraid of.
No. Yeah.
I'll be buying 2 sets, one for me and one for my niece.
Well, I was surprised because we've been getting into Pokemon, and finding Pokemon packs of cards is relatively difficult. But there's an online iPad version. But if you can find a recent pack of cards, it comes with a QR code for a digital pack as well to play in the online game.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was pretty interesting.
So, because they're the Pokemon game cards, right?
Yes.
So, okay. So it gets in there, and you can play in person or in the game. That's cool. That's good. Because I've seen things that are just like one or the other, and not like that crossover like that. Like it's an online card game with whatever characters, and then there's like the offline, or if they even offer that. So glad it's kind of connecting together. So your digital goods, you gotta go get the cards. I saw a mention in here about this is if you didn't get it on the first time around, which apparently some people got through. Foreign and let's see. Wait. The line in here is either through foreign sources or slightly illegal fake means. I don't know what the. Yeah, again, we've mentioned before the seedy underbelly of Animal Crossing, and looks like this is a reference to that as well. So, yeah, definitely go to the right place over there at a Target. You don't know what you're going to run into. So,
Yeah. I'm super excited because I was really worried that we would have to get the specific neighbor, to get the items, because it's a little bit of a process to get a neighbor to move out and then get a neighbor to move in, and it's a whole to do, and it's already enough. But again, the issue, so you can order, as long as you have the card, you can order any of the characters' furniture, but it's like the 5-item limit again. So I will be time traveling like I did with Mario and sending everything to my niece, and time traveling back. So they're slightly challenging us again, but we'll get it done.
I love it. I love it's coming over. I love the Hello Kitty's coming over like this in Animal Crossing. So, Chilla, let's go with your geeky TV thing next.
So they've been going back and forth about Black Widow, which originally, I think, up until today, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, had a May release date.
Yeah, early May.
Early May. Disney has backtracked, and future tracked all at the same time for their release plan for Black Widow. Black Widow will be in the theaters on July 9th with a same-day release at home. It will be running on the, and what does Disney call it?
Disney Plus Premiere, I believe.
Disney Plus with Premiere Access.
Yes.
$30 will land you a Premiere Access pass to get Black Widow on your big or small screen at home on that same day. Original release date was May 7th. So July 9th now.
And I do believe that the Premiere Passes, if I remember from the first time they did it with Mulan, it was a case where you pay the $30 and you have access, like you have continued access through Disney Plus, as long as you have Disney Plus, right? So basically it is in your thing way before, like in 3 months it'll be on Disney Plus, so it seems to be the case so far. So I know Mulan is on there. I still haven't watched it. Raya Last Dragon, I'm just like, I can wait 3 months, but I really do want to see that. Katie, I think you put in an article here too that also said Cruella is going to be getting the same treatment.
Yeah, they'll be the same way.
Yeah. So, and I think that's a little sooner. I think that's in May, if I'm not mistaken. I saw
May 8th or something.
May 28th. I just saw
May 28th.
May 28th. Okay.
So, and now I just drove by the South Side Works, which is not a cinema anymore. They've been working on that. I think that thing closed down sometime in the past year. I just heard from a friend that says the theater in their neck of the woods is not reopening, from the sounds of things. So I mean, it's not. It's still not viable. And I've said if I want to pay $30 for a Disney premiere, it's going to be Black Widow, right? Like that's the thing I would put that money down for, because I'm not terribly crazy about being that close to people, even with everything going on, right? So, and I think a lot of people are going to be in the same boat there for a good while. So, I mean,
I did hear, I think it was Southland. That Southland theater where, like, I think it has the comfy chairs and you can reserve the whole thing is reserve your seat. I heard they were reopening, but it was for private parties only.
Right.
It was relatively inexpensive. It was like, rent the entire theater for like $100.
Well, I think Katie, weren't if you don't mind, like I think you were looking into something like that too for something coming up, right? Like cost wise.
For Godzilla.
Yeah, for Godzilla, just be like but it was like you were doing the math. And it was like if you had the right number of people, that's basically what you would pay anyways, right?
It was less. It was $7 and something if we did the 20-person max.
Yeah. So I mean that's crazy, and you still want to, like, I'd love to see Godzilla in the full Dolby something or other, but it's like, can I buy the seats around me? That's what's going to end up happening, is you're just going to start buying the seats around you so you're not like right up against another person elbow to elbow, because I mean that was weird before. So to me, but I don't know, we'll see how that works out. I figured Disney would give up the ghost on this one, right? Like they kind of have to.
I'm guessing. I think they're probably realizing that they're pushing too many things out too far, because now the Legend of the Ten Rings is going to be September 3rd. The next Spider-Man was slated for what, December?
And that's Sony. What is Sony doing? Warner Brothers is going HBO Max along with theaters. Mortal Kombat, Godzilla, Matrix, among those movies coming out this year under that format. Disney's doing their thing. Other smaller movies are coming up day and date, and they're like, $20-$30 on Vudu and Amazon as a Amazon Premiere or something too, right? But that's just pretty much a straight rental. So
yeah, and I'll tell you what, after watching, I don't know if you watched Falcon Winter Soldier on Friday, I was super impressed. I thought yet another show that I wish there was hours more of content.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Phenomenal.
But we will hang on for it because it's that damn good. I also, if I can put aside, since we're doing a Disney Plus kind of mention, I believe April 1st, whatever the first release date they're doing in April is, there's a lot of new content coming out, including, are you ready for this, Katie? They're doing the original Clone Wars that was from the Samurai Jack people, and the Ewok movies, the made-for-TV movies, and the Ewok cartoon, both seasons.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Is there some original Boba Fett thing or something too?
There might be. There's some Wookiee tale, but I thought that was probably a Lego thing. I never heard of it before. So, but
it's like DuckTales, Wookiee Tales.
Yeah, seriously, right? So, but yeah, Disney is definitely, like I said, I invested about 3 years into that thing when I bought it. So I am down with this idea. And I got a free year from Fios when I signed back up at the house. So, so speaking of, my awesome thing is I watched the Snyder cut of Justice League twice.
8 hours.
Yes. Once myself, once with the wife. And she loved it too. And I loved it and picked up more stuff on the second watch through, to be honest. Now I like Zack Snyder stuff. What did I say? I like Zack Snyder stuff. Like I liked his take on the Watchmen. I like Man of Steel. I like the ultimate cut of Batman Superman. When you kind of start putting them together, it makes sense. It's like, oh no, I get this. This is actually pretty cool. It's not as cool as what Marvel does, but it's like, okay, it's a take, just like Christopher Nolan. It was like, it's not really that Batman, but that's a Batman. Okay, but I enjoyed it. I liked what they expanded on, especially Cyborg and a little bit with Flash on that one. And it was literally, I pulled up the first time watching. I pulled up we're an hour in. And we're still just kind of doing background on a lot of characters in history building up here. And I'm like, wait. And I pulled up the original Justice League release. And I'm like, we're 20 minutes into the first movie. And we're an hour into this one, basically at the same point. So if you hate Zack Snyder stuff, you're not going to like this. If you wish your Justice League was more like Marvel movies, you're not going to like this. But for a take on it, I thought it was a far better movie, and is the one when I say I want to go watch Justice League that I'll pull up. All right.
2 questions, because I have not seen it yet. Is it true that it's really in 4:3?
Yes. Because they filmed it in IMAX. And they kept and IMAX, if you don't know, if you've never been to an IMAX screen that actually does IMAX, it's a giant square screen.
It's huge.
It's huge. And it's 4:3. And they left it in this because it was original vision, and they would have done all the cut parts for you to see it where everybody else is going to see it, and the small percentage of you would see it on IMAX if they would have done this the right way. So, yes, that is true. I don't find it bothersome after a while, especially after just watching WandaVision. So, but no, it was pretty cool.
And are you going to dedicate another 4 hours to the black and white version that I hear is releasing?
They're doing no. No, I may watch. I can't remember if I ended up watching the black and white version of Logan, Like that I would watch. 4-hour Justice League black and white? No, I don't think so. We were talking about last night on the Monday Wrestling Mayhem show. We're like, can you imagine? Because one guy's like, I'm not going to get HBO Max for this. He's like, I want to wait till it's on TNT. I was like, you realize they're going to drop this on TNT, and it's going to take you like 8 hours to watch with commercials. And they will. You know they will.
It's going to be a 3-night.
Could be. Yeah, they might split it up hour by hour or something, right? To really kind of drive it home for people that don't do HBO Max. So I don't know. But I thought it was worthwhile. I enjoyed it. It's an endeavor. Clear your calendar. And it's in parts, so there's kind of built-in breaks, right? It's just like a title card up, part 2, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of a nice build-in. Oh, I need to go get some. Like nice mile breaks built in, because let's be honest. And when we talk about 4 hours, half these movies are 3 hours anyways. When we go see like Endgame and stuff. So is it really that extensive, right? So, Katie, do you have any excitement over the Justice League movie?
Actually, I really want to see it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad to hear there's breaks built into it, because when you say 4 hours, that's a long time for me.
It feels like a lot, but it's like, for all of the slow-mo that's in it, it actually passes pretty well. If you're into it. Again, if it's not vibing with you, it's gonna be horrible, but it's fun. It's fun. So, and also this is what happens when people don't tell you to edit things out. So take that little bit of a grain of salt too, because there's a couple of things become a little repetitive, but it changes so much of the movie. It's the general plot MacGuffins are still there with the mother boxes, but like how it gets solved, how they get there, like there's some interesting through lines that change the entire end of the movie, and plus all the stuff that pitches to, hey, there's going to be another one, which there isn't going to be now. So there's that. All right. So now we got that bit of geekery out of the way. Let's give a shout out to our friends over at Slice on Broadway. I closed the thing. Our friends at Slice on Broadway, they'll get a graphic in just a moment. 4 locations. I think I know they're about to open up the one in the North Hills, East End, Carnegie, and right up the street here in Beachview on Broadway. The OG, the original. Supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza, New York City style, Yinzer made. And of course, we've been talking about, and I realized I left my phone at home that has all the pictures, so I'm going to pull it up over here real quick. But we've been talking about, they upgraded their boxes recently, and they have a lot of great little messages for you, including there's a series of what to do with your Slice on Broadway box when you're done with it. So this is part 3 of a 6-part series of what to do with the pizza box after you're done with your Slice on Broadway, if I can find it. And of course you can skip to the end of this by picking up your own Slice on Broadway and just read the box. I mean, that's a secret. It's just going to read the box, right? So and I can't find my note on this. So, but anyways, we might have to skip. We might have to postpone part 3 at this rate. So, how many weeks ago did we get that pizza? So, go check them out. And also, Tim's Market is right down there too. They got some great stuff going on there. They have some meateries are going on, I understand. And I am not going to be able to pull that up in the course of this show, so I apologize. We're going to have to go. So that's the secret. Now we're just going to have to push this another week. Yes. So go check them out. Slice on Broadway. Worst commercial ever. Sorry about that. SliceOnBroadway.com with that. So let's move on. I'll just fix it in post and when I find that picture. So, anyways, let's go. What do you guys want to get in here, story wise?
Ooh, I know what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Niantic and Nintendo.
Yes. Partnership I love to hear.
Yes, Niantic and Nintendo are partnering to create some new mobile apps in AR, which means Pikmin, which is super exciting for me. I love Pikmin. So they're going to bring, so it sounds like the first app they're going to be working on is with Pikmin, and it's going to encourage walking and make walking more delightful, which I love.
You love the marketing pitches, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
So it'll launch later this year, and but yeah, it's the same folks that did the Pokemon game, so this is going to be good.
yeah, Pokemon Go, and which I guess doesn't qualify as like a straight Nintendo game because that's technically a different company that's a partnership with Nintendo, I guess. But still, like it's a Nintendo game, right? So, I think Nintendo put out the wrist thing and the Pokemon Go, like little checker button thing. What the hell was it called?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, the band.
I think we just called it Pokemon Go Plus. So that goes with it. So no, now my only concern is like Pokemon was like, oh, Pokemon, but it's kind of in real life and it's crossed over, and that's interesting, right? Like there was kind of a fan base there. I don't know if Pikmin is. I mean, it's definitely not as popular as Pokemon, but I mean, I guess it's got maybe the right thing behind it to become popular, even more so because of this, right?
Yeah, and Pikmin is still super popular. Like I didn't realize they were still putting out so many games, and it's kind of a cult thing at this point, which is pretty cool. But I think they'll find a way to make it interactive and more fun to as you go. And I don't know, there might be some flicking of characters or picking them up.
I've never played the game, so what's because I've obviously played Pokemon Go, and we're even talking about getting the Let's Go versions of the games for Switch, because you can you can import your Pokemon Go characters into that. I'm interested. So what's the storyline with Pikmin?
So Katie, have you played these ones?
I honestly haven't played a Pikmin for years.
Okay,
I played the OG GameCube Pikmin.
Same here. We had the one on GameCube, and if I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, Katie, is you crash landed on a planet, you discover this species, which are the Pikmins. Pikmins. I think I call them Pikmins, but I don't think I'm right. But so, and then you start kind of learn. Like I think you have a ray, and it starts like it's one of those like they will follow you and you direct them to do things, and certain colors can do certain tasks and have certain powers, right? Like these ones will plant and you'll grow more, and you have like 30 days and 30 levels, but 30 days to finish it. And I think like if you take too many tries on one of the levels, like that's another day, right? And then there's at least 3 of them, I think. So, but does that seem about right?
Yeah, it's a creative and a strategy game.
Yeah.
And there's also some. Do you remember the Bulborbs? They were the ones that would eat your Pikmin with the big eyeballs and the ladybug butts. Yeah, they're still a thing.
Yeah. They
like, no.
It was really interesting, and really worth. I mean, if you haven't yet, I know they've re-released some of them on Switch. Probably worth checking out. God, I played that back on the GameCube. Wow.
Well, I'm interested too, because I've noticed. I just saw over the weekend that there are new challenges or whatnot in Pokemon Go to AR scan locations.
Really?
So yeah, so I'm wondering like if this is gonna like, are they prepping for this, because you said it's primarily AR based?
Yeah, we already know like a lot of the information that they got from doing what was the
Ingress.
one? Ingress led into Pokemon Go, and then a lot of that information was used again for the Wizarding World Harry Potter game. So I mean, it is interesting because they are using the same base location data to do several different kinds of games, right? So, no, yeah, if there's something that for a feature, I guess it would make sense. Yeah, this is good timing, and I hope this comes out sooner than later. Was there a time frame on this, Katie? Because if something like this drops like right in the middle of summer, as we're all crawling out of our holes here, like this could blow up the way Peloton and Fitness Plus has while we've been locked up.
Now, I don't think they have a date yet, but you can sign up to sign up for updates, which I'm going to do right now.
That needs to happen. Can you just throw my email?
I signed up because you put the link in the notes.
All right, we're going to do that here too. So, okay. All right. Well, we will definitely be probably playing that day one. Chilla. You got some information about HomePod minis that are the ones that, and the HomePod minis are not the ones that got discontinued. They're still out there. It was the original larger, like $100, I think, HomePod, if I'm not mistaken. Probably more than that.
No, it was like originally I think it was $299.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then I think they price reduced it.
Okay.
It was either $299 or $399, and they price reduced it by like $100, $150. And then they discontinued it last week. This is the mini that runs $99 for that device. Interestingly enough, in a teardown from Bloomberg with backed up by analysis from iFixit, there is secret sensors inside your HomePod Mini that include a temperature and humidity sensor that could be enabled through a software update. I've actually thought at one point in time about replacing my Nest with something that allows me to do some remote or buying additional pieces. I think Eve sells some stuff where you can actually take the temperature of other rooms, not necessarily where your thermostat is, to then determine what you want the temperature in your house to be. This would be extremely helpful in the winter for me. Our bedroom is typically quite colder than our ground level, and it would be where I'm thinking about it is, if I could say between this hour and this hour, base the house temperature on this device, and between this hour and this hour, base it on this other device, and then set the temperature accordingly, that would be super useful to me. So I'm excited if they're doing this, and I'm interested how they can build it then into HomeKit, which would then allow me to add more artificial intelligence and make my home even smarter.
There you go. Yeah, it was interesting because I mean, HomePod Mini's been out for a little bit, right? And that they're kind of hiding chips in there that I'm sure. Well, you know, maybe like the next HomePod comes out, and by the way, we can do this, and by the way, your old one can do it too, right? And I guess some of the original teardowns actually missed this chip because it's actually built into the base of the device. So it's kind of an interesting mystery, and maybe we'll find out. And maybe it's something that they just didn't come back around to, right? Like, it's absolutely possible. So it'll be interesting to see that.
Even in the wintertime, or in the summertime, we still have window air conditioners, and I've been slowly replacing them with window air conditioners that have a built-in thermostat, because I don't want them running all the time. If I had this and like a switch in the wall, then I could turn them on and off based on current temperature, which would be super exciting.
There you go. So I want to close the loop earlier when I was talking about our friends at Slice on Broadway. I found my image, and that's what I get for not bringing my phone to the studio with me. So like I said, they have the what to do with your pizza boxes. We talked about the Guinness World Record last week, and the week before we talked about hanging it on your wall for decorations. We've actually done that sort of in a way in the old studio for another thing we did on Mayhem Show. But you can also build the most delicious smelling fort ever. You may have some ant friends, by the way, if you do that. But other than that, so but yeah, and stay tuned for the continuation of this 6-part series. SliceOfBroadway.com. There we go. What? Say, Steve says, "Well, Chilla, I'm sorry your bedroom is cold. You might want to talk to the missus about that." Oh no, okay. I don't think it's a matter of HomePods. But anyways, let's see what else we got here. Hey, remember the I'm a PC commercials with Justin Long and John Hodgman back in the day? Well, it looks like the Mac is back. Justin Long is back. Intel, it seems, has hired him to do some new PC and Mac comparisons. And of course, well, I mean, they're kind of what they compare 2-in-1 flexible Intel based conversion tablets to MacBooks that don't really do that, and touch screens, and it's like, well, you got a little touch bar on here, and kind of being a little cringy about it, to be honest. So this, I mean, didn't they do this? They brought the what was it, the Verizon guy, and then Sprint hired him. The Can You Hear Me Now guy started popping up over there. So man, I guess those non-competes kind of eventually. Wait, Chilla, I haven't seen this. Did you see this on the video feed? So this is the touchscreen one, and he goes over to it, and there's actually a secondary touchscreen on it, kind of where that touch bar would be on the MacBook Pro. There's just another, it looks like an inch tall and full-length touchscreen that you can throw stuff onto.
On a Mac?
No, that's on the PC. That was on the PC. That was on the PC.
I've seen that Asus that has that upper area, and I think at one point in time Microsoft was talking about doing that. But yeah, I've seen where the top quarter of the device is another touchscreen, which would be super useful for someone like you. You could build your switcher right into
Man, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I tell you what, man, as far as studio stuff goes, having touch stuff in the studio, 'cause you need everything at arm's length here, right? I can reach over here and I can pop you right in the face here on touchscreen, and then I can reach over here and I'm as we're popping through stuff. It's just so much nicer to not have to reach for a mouse. And then, you reach up to the board. I got an iPad in front of me now. So not just saying it's all PC, but that is for reacting to things as I do a production. That's a big deal for me, right? So, but yeah, no, I could see. I don't know. I don't know about the form factor on that. I'd be afraid about touching other buttons that do things in the middle of a live stream, to be honest. So,
but it's up at the top. Well, I guess if you're what yeah, I guess if you're reaching up.
Yeah. Because now you're reaching up. You got to make sure your finger's there. And listen, man, after about 4 hours of switching a program, or 8 hours as I did at Seven Springs a month ago, you start getting your finger gets twitchy, man. And you start getting weird with that. So, but yeah. You got me thinking about that. I need to find that laptop and learn more about it and how that screen works. But good to see a familiar face in there. Hey, let's touch on the video games real quick, since all these are video games. I like to see. So EA Play, that came to the Game Pass a while ago, right? Apparently, it's now extended to your PC version of Game Pass, which I think is still only $5, if I'm not mistaken. If you're just a PC player and don't have an Xbox, that Game Pass, if you got a good gaming PC, that is a pretty killer deal over there. But yeah, that's going to include, of course, The Sims, the Star Wars games. By the way, Chilla, Squadrons I saw just dropped on the Game Pass. I just got that downloaded to my Xbox. I played the demo, but I'm hoping to get a little more into it. Need for Speed, Madden games, all a part of that. So I mean, that's a pretty cool upgrade for that. Also, the name has changed. It's Xbox Live is apparently no more, and it's the Xbox Network. So it came out of nowhere, I guess.
I think it came out of nowhere, and I saw blips about it last night. I think I didn't get to read the articles that posted today. It sounded like it's an answer to a lot of the free play.
Okay.
Games like Fortnite, Apex.
Right, because in order to play any of those free play games, technically, and I don't know if any of that has changed, but the Xbox Gold was required, which was
I didn't think it was for
Not anymore?
for a subset. Yeah, I think for a subset of those games, they're also hinting at there might be a Halo that doesn't require.
Interesting.
They're
because they were talking
so-
about actually raising the price until the internet went insane about it, and they were effectively going to double the price of just getting 5 games a month and the internet basically through them. So not the internet, but access to games online. So
what did you see? Was it Cricket? Crycut? You say potato, I say potato. was talking about limiting, you know, the paper cutting type device, crafting. You know what I'm talking about?
Not terribly, no.
Oh, I thought you had one.
Missy has one.
Does Missy have one?
The vinyl cutter.
Oh, the vinyl cutter. Okay.
Yeah, it cuts
Listen,
paper.
I
it
don't
cuts
know her
vinyl,
toys.
It chips, it chops, it shreds.
I don't know her toys, and she doesn't know mine. Okay.
So they were talking like that's a big crafter's tool.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, and you have to store your projects. Like when you create a project, you have to store it in like their online. I think they call it. I can't remember what they call it. Desktop, whatever. They were talking about having a maximum number of project uploads per month. And if you wanted to do more, you would have to pay for more online storage, and that all the craft world united and revolted.
Wow.
Pitchforks were being cut out of vinyl, paper, balsa wood, you name it. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing how the power of user communities can really change the way that, you know, these products charge or produce things. I'm hoping that someone can unite around the new Star Wars Legos and get them to actually launch that thing, because I'm hearing there might be another delay, but it's pretty impressive.
Vinyl pitchforks. When your monetary system and your entire audience says no before you even launch it, that's probably not a good sign. Not gonna be worth it. Hey guys, you remember the Nook?
Yeah.
Remember that thing?
The Nook or the Nook?
The Nook. No, the Nook. The Barnes & Noble Nook. Be like, hi, would you like to sign up for our loyalty program and buy this tablet that doesn't do anything? The Nook. I think it's been an Android tablet for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, and I'm trying to remember. I thought I had one somewhere.
I think I had one laying around and somebody left and said, try to get it going. And I'm like, I don't know. I think it needs a new screen. Like I remember that was floating around for a little bit here. Katie, were you trying to say something?
Oh no, I think it was an Android thing. It became an Android thing.
Yeah, like the Fire tablet, right? Well, apparently the new one, the newest edition of it, Barnes & Noble, is teaming up with Lenovo for a new 10-inch model. So it's going to be a Lenovo tablet in the background. I don't know who was making them, if there was like kind of an internal thing or what, but I mean, it's a slick-looking thin tablet, 10 inches. So I mean, that's basically iPad sized. But that is Lenovo under the hood to do all your nooking. Oh, and it does have, I want to point out, because I just saw it here, you do have a Play Store. So, I mean, it's basically, it's your Android tablet. It's just going to have a lot of skinning and stuff already on it for Barnes & Noble.
Does it have a physical home button that's shaped like an N? Because that's the one thing I remember that I always thought was kind of cool about their original one.
Right.
The home button was an N.
No, it looks like the software buttons like you get in on Android. Although there's like an extra one. I think. Wait. What is? I'm trying to zoom in on here. No, I don't. Is that it? I don't know. It just looks like a little kind of hash thing going on over there. No, I don't know. You got a book button. So, by the way, this is flipping me out because I keep seeing that same image for Black Widow popping up, and it is like it was just at the bottom of the same article over on Engadget that we were just looking at, and every time I see it, I've been playing Control on Game Pass, and it's like basically the same design, right? But like it's got that V shape, and there's a girl with guns, and it's just I don't know. But it's kind of remember when the last couple Star Wars films came out, and they were just comparing it to like every Disney and Marvel poster, and realizing they're basically all the same format, with like the number of people and everything going on there.
I didn't see that. I'll have to go back and look for that one.
Yeah, there was like a breakdown of it, like comparing it to, and like putting it side to side with like Disney movies, Marvel movies, and like this general thing. It was like there's like a rhyme and reason to putting people in certain places when it's like here's a bunch of faces and torsos from the movie doing things, and one guy's holding out a gun, and that kind of thing. And it's like it's looked the same for like 20 or 30 years on like action epic films like that.
I'm interested to see if anyone catches it, and I'm not giving out any spoilers on the Falcon, but I noticed, I'm pretty sure in one of the like ads for Falcon versus Winter Soldier, there was a short clip of Falcon trying to throw the shield and struggling. Watching Age of Ultron over the weekend, and hopefully this is not a spoiler because that movie's been out for a long time. There's a scene where when Ultron first comes onto the scene and they're at Stark's place in New York, there's the big fight scene. Hawkeye grabs Cap's shield and throws it almost identically to Cap. So if he can do it, why can't Falcon?
Boy, Falcon is a bullseye guy, right? So, like, he knows how to do that, versus Falcon is just a fly and shoot guy. Right?
Hawkeye's.
I mean, to be an arrow guy is a little more precise.
He's not throwing the arrows.
No, but there's a trajectory thing in this, and physics, and think, like that whole thing kind of goes with it, right? So we're turning into a different podcast. Let's leave those discussions for the comic book pit. Potter's calling back. I'm a little late on this reply, but he's calling back on that Justin Long commercial. Says it's weird that it's an Intel ad, since you don't need an Intel. Any PC could have an AMD instead of an Intel. Yeah, you're playing a little game there, aren't you? So, you're playing a little game of, like, you're pretty much promoting PCs, which a lot of them happen to have Intels. I'd say Intel's still predominant on general PCs, right? So you just promote, here's PCs versus here's a Mac, and it's not a fair comparison. It's absolutely not a fair comparison. But all right, Katie, did you have anything else in here? I know Chilla took yours for one of yours for the up above.
I'm sorry.
We're getting a new Grogu.
We're getting a new Grogu. We have an embarrassment of Grogu now, don't we?
Yes, we have all the Grogu. It's another animatronic Grogu.
Oh
Ooh.
no! What does this one do?
You get to feed it. He's Galactic Snakin Grogu.
Oh, Galactic Snakin?
Yep. In October, you can get the Galactic Snakin Grogu, a new take on the adorable young alien from The Mandalorian, featuring cute sounds, animated motions, and interactive accessories.
I'm trying to figure out why these kids are playing with Grogu in the desert.
Yeah, there's some of these photos are kind of odd. Like, they're way excited.
They are way too excited. Oh, because so I guess he does a little hover ball trick.
Yeah.
Okay. They are blown away by that one. And there he is. There's a little I love you thing, like my dog gives me.
But I was hoping when I first saw the hover ball, that looked super cool. And I was all excited, like it was going to be some kind of cool magnet thing, and what other things can you throw in there to get him to do it? Scroll all the way down to the bottom, or zoom in on that picture. Yeah. It's like a plastic tab.
You can see the strings, guys.
Yep.
Well, there you go. Do we have a retail on this guy?
I don't think so yet.
Yeah, I didn't see one scanning this, so there you go, Galactic Snakin Grogu.
Yep, feed him some cookies, feed him some squid or whatever in a bowl.
It'll be on Katie's Amazon wish list. Let's see what else we got here. Still on the streaming, not Disney Plus. Did you guys see the NFL rights news this past week? Apparently,
Amazon ones.
Yeah, well, Amazon, but I mean, it's not just Amazon. So not only will Thursday Night Football currently is an NBC thing. I guess it will be for another season, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 2, if I got my math right. So I think this starts in 2023. But apparently, they just did the whole shakeup of the entire NFL deal landscape, and I believe it's going to be for 10 years. So I hope all these services are around. But Amazon's going to get Thursday Night Football exclusively to Amazon. And of course, in all these deals, if you see something that's exclusive to a service, like say your local team is playing on Thursday night game, you will get it on your local television, supposedly. I'm sure blackout rules and whatever apply. But also, this means all the partners, and we're talking about ABC, CBS. Well, it's really every network. Wow, yeah, really every network from what I'm looking at here has some NFL game on it, right? Like ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, which is not Disney, different Fox. It spun out to a different company. And each one of those are going to get an exclusive game a year. I believe each one of these. ESPN Plus, Paramount Plus, Tubi, and Peacock will get an exclusive game every year. Once again, if it's your team, it'll be on local TV, right? Probably the same affiliate, Peacock, NBC, Paramount, CBS. So kind of a big push to, I don't want to say edging into the streaming for football, but definitely a bit more of a Amazon getting the Thursday night game is a pretty big deal. If I got my footballs correct, this is the wrong show for that, I know. So, Katie, you're a little bit into the sports puck at least. I mean, how are you interpreting this game, this deal?
Making money, gonna be awkward.
You have a sports background.
I do.
You do. Like your educational background's in sports management, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Sport management.
What was the thing where you could buy the tokenized, so you could become like the tokenized holder of like a certain amount of second clip?
Wait, the NBA Hot Shots thing we were talking about? The NFT non-fungible thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so they did the same. They're doing the same thing with other items now, where like you could own
worth all the
first
items.
tweet.
Jack's first tweet.
Yes. So I'm wondering, like, are you going to be able to buy clips of the exclusive Disney?
Well, it's up to the NFL. NFL owns it, so as we said, they'll still own the footage even if you got an NFT on it. So I mean, so, but I know I think it's a movement, and man, I feel bad for people. There's still people, and there's an article I was reading this week. It's somebody else had this mindset that's dealing with I think it was like an FCC, talking about like the classification for broadband might be going up, because I think it's currently like 3 megabytes, right? And it's like, realistically, if you're on a 3 megabyte connection, how are you doing? How you doing in that hotel, right? Yeah, I feel bad for people that are still like, not have cable, not have actual internet, at least until Starlink comes along. So that really can't partake in some of these things. So, but I mean, that's really probably a small percentage in the long run. So, or subscription fatigue, as Ron Krause has been talking up on the show. All right. I think, anything I'm missing, guys, from our rundown here? I think, Chilla, you got one more tip here.
I can make this super quick.
Sure.
So I think it was 2 nights ago, I think I read about this. No, it was Monday. Maybe it was last night. Google had a little snafu with their web view on Android.
Yeah, I saw people complaining about it today. Like wrestling artsy people were complaining about it today on Twitter. Like it was wild.
They updated the Android system web view via Google Play, and it wreaked havoc with anything that was using like web-based controls and display and app. Most banking applications use that, along with things like Gmail. So it was causing apps to crash and all kinds of other random glitchiness. The workaround, as of I think it was 8 p.m. that I read about last night, was go in to your control panel and remove the update to the Android system web view, reboot your device, and you should be good. And then don't update again. As of today, they have updated Android system web view with a patch. So if you go to the Play Store, search for Android system web view, make sure you're getting the one from Google. Select the update button, make sure you update Google Chrome, and you should be good to go.
There you go. And that tip is via CNET. We'll include the article if you catch this on the clip or in the show notes for the full show for this. So, yeah, if you're plagued by that, and I understand if you're on Android, that just borked like half the stuff you can do on there, right? So that's crazy.
I think probably anything but like web games.
Really?
Or anything but non-web based games.
Yeah. So,
I'm
wow.
trying to think
yeah.
of like things that don't have like a web.
Because your bank probably just logs into a website that's in the app. Anything like that is probably just a formatted website for the apps, right? That has any kind of data they connect with your hotel, your, credit card, I don't know why those the only apps I'm thinking of right now. But
I'm thinking like
basically
Reddit.
everything.
I'm thinking like pretty much anything that's just grabbing.
Oh, all your social
web
media,
view.
all those kinds of things, right? So breaks a lot of it. Probably Facebook was down, but interesting. Well, on that note, Chilla, is that Chilla on Twitter? You hit
That's
him
me,
up.
John Chichilla on the Facebook.
Hit him up. Ask him about his K's.
My K's.
About his K's.
Not my strikes.
His K's and vinyl pitchforks, apparently.
Yes.
So, and Katie is K Dutters on the Twitter.
Yep.
And she's a bunch of other places too.
PGH.
Yes. And
Doing things.
doing things, hanging out at the arena. We drove
Yeah,
by the
back
arena today. I don't think I've seen it in a year. So it's just it was nice to kind of bounce around town today, because I've barely crossed a tunnel in a river during the course of this over the last year. Remember that there's a city over there. So, but anything happening on the Instagrams or anything?
No, I don't think anything exciting. I've been doing a lot of yard work since spring hit.
I noticed.
Yeah. Mama Dutters has requested raised beds for her birthday, so that's been a few day process we've been working on and getting her stuff ready for spring planting. Got to drive the tractor yesterday. That was fun.
I just get asked to move a lot of boxes, so she loves her riding lawnmower. My mother, not Mama Dutters, but Mama Sorg.
Mama Dutters does love hers too.
Yeah. Oh man, Get Mom a riding lawnmower, and she is good for days.
Mm-hmm.
But
loves that thing. Does the oil changes, everything, fuel filter.
I think she's got a guy for that. I think she's got a oil daddy for that. That sounds weird. I really hope she's not watching tonight. So I'll find out in a moment. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being part of the AwesomeCast. If you have not, if you like to share a part of this show, and maybe not the entire hour-long thing, we've been doing a lot of clips over on the YouTube page. Please subscribe to that. We're doing the smaller clips, of course, over many formats, but especially tips like what Chilla just gave us about the Android web view issue. We're putting that on there. So if there's those little bits that you would like to share, we're trying to put them in a little more bite-sized ways for you to share that with everybody. So it's more accessible for all. So please go do that. Follow that. It's the YouTube, the AwesomeCast YouTube, and AwesomeCast is the keyword that we have on there. And of course, you'll see our logos and everything just like you do in the podcast too. So I hope you guys, I've been seeing a lot of actually a bit of activity over there with people commenting on there. I think Doug was helping somebody with their LinkedIn pages settings or something over there from when he was on a few weeks ago. No, there's some really cool stuff, and thank you everybody that's been chiming in over there as well. So thank you everybody for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week. You've been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week.